So these are some of the things that they don't tell you about Empower loan. How you're going to pay back. You hear people talk about collect loan, how to collect, how to study, how to fund your studies. They do not tell you the most interesting, the most important part of it, which is paying back this loan. It is very easy to collect all this loan, but to pay back, hey God. So today I'm going to tell you guys my experience so far. Like as you all know, I am a beneficiary, still a beneficiary of Empower financing, and I'm going to tell you my experience sincerely. Like sincerely, this is not a sponsored post. I am not anybody's agent yet. I might be in future, but even at that, I'm going to basically tell you guys facts. Right at any point, it's whether agent or no agent. This is me telling you sincerely what I have experienced. So hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Once again, you know my name is Lillian and you're super welcome. So guys, today we'll be talking about Empower Finance. The most important thing that people do not talk about. Did you guys know that I had to even go on YouTube? I have searched and that I've not really seen a concrete video talking about how these loans are being paid back. But you see tons of videos talking about how you can take this loan, how you can fund your studies, how you can do this and do that, but nobody comes out to talk about how difficult it is to pay. I'll be sincere to you. Sincere with you, sincere to you. So guys, let's go into it. So basically, when you start to study, from the very first day that they send the money to you, your interest starts to increase. You start to pile up your interest. So let's say they sent you 20K on January, right? So by Feb, okay, let's say they sent you 20K by January 5th. So by January 5th, yeah, then by February 5th, you're going to start to pay back the interest. So basically, the interest starts to pile up from the very first day they pay your fees, and then you start to pay back the next month, and you're gonna keep paying till you're done with your studies. So let's say they sent you the first 15K Canadian dollars, and your deposit is like maybe 200 USD, right? The interest is like 200 USD monthly. So this 200 USD monthly, when you convert it to know that it's USD. So when you convert it to Canadian dollars, it becomes maybe like 250, 300 because they use Flywire and they use North Star, something like that. So when you try to, their rate is so high. These two people, yeah, you get one I pay last. It was 400 Canadian dollars. The previous one I paid was 300 and something. To come back next time, I'm seeing 400 and something. The rate is outrageous. So this rate keeps fluctuating. It's not the same amount that you pay. I mean in conversion. But let's say that they said you're paying like $200 USD because the money they disburse to you is USD. This company is in US, so they disburse USD to your school. So now your school gets the money. They take, let's say that they send 15K USD and your fees is 15K Canadian dollars, right? So what you do is the school converts the money. Now see what happens. The school gets this money. I keep touching my mic. I don't know if it is making noise or you guys will forgive me. So now the school receives this money, then convert it with whatever exchange rate they like. Right. So their rate is even cheaper than some banks. So they use whatever rates they like and they convert it. Take their own. So they make serious money from there. So they convert it and then send the rest to you as your living expenses. So from the next month, you start to pay back. You get the point. So let's say that from whatever they send to you, that you have to pay back like 200 USD every month. The truth is that the money remains 200 USD. But when you're trying to pay back this money because you are outside the US, the rate is not always the same. So let's say today might be 250, tomorrow might be 280, the next day might be 300 and something. It will just keep increasing. Sometimes it comes down, but most of the times it goes way higher and higher and higher. You get the point. So you're paying back in Canadian dollars. The same amount in USD, oh, but you're paying different rate every day. Because these companies they use Flywire and all stuff, their rate is high, guys. I'm not sugarcoating anything. So sometimes what I do, I try to check on Flywire. I compare to North Star. I think that's what they call them. I don't know. So when I compare both, anyone that is cheaper, that's what I'm going to pay. So I have two options. I will check here. I do not do auto debit. I have my reasons. But you can do auto debit so that you don't need to stress yourself every month. You do the payment. I like to do because I so I get to check. Make I no do auto debit with no star. So anything they like, they debit from me. So anytime they wake up and they think that 200 USD is worth 500 Canadian, they will collect. When I can actually compare both and pay and save some money. The last time the difference was almost $8. Like maybe I'm giving an instance. Let's say using Flywire was 390 and then Nostar was 400 and something. $8, big oh, big oh. Don't mind me. But that is the part of this thing that they don't tell you. So what I am going to advise you when you come, so like I didn't know that the money they're going to disperse was in US. It is here, but I just did not pay so much attention. So I mean, I thought that the money was in Canadian dollars. So I took my fees plus my living expenses. So the money came is in USD, not in Canadian dollars. So the money is bigger than what I actually needed. Do you understand? But the good thing is that they don't get to disburse all of this money at the same time. They do it per semester. You get so what they gave me as living expenses the last time was way more than what I needed. So I was even angry with myself. So if I had known, so why should I collect all of this money only to incur like so much interest and then be paying back when I can actually take like small. I was working like not like I was doing 24 hours, right? So I was just taking it small, like sticking rather than taking like what I did, what I took. So my advice for you is do not take so much money. Why? Okay, I wouldn't even advise you not to take living expenses at all at all. Do you know why? Because you're going to start paying back monthly. And you might not be working. You might be working, so they can sack you anytime. So that is why you need money. That's why you need to collect. So even if you don't want to take living expenses and you're working, your work can handle the living expenses. But that money that they will give you can go a long way to pay them back monthly. So you can even calculate like let's say 5 months ahead. You check it when the rate is kind of low because I almost check every day to see when it's kind of low. Then you can fire like 5 months ahead, 6 months ahead, right? With the money that they pay to you, which is what I did at some point. Now let me tell you, let's say that you're paying 200 USD for the first semester. When they pay second semester, it's going to double up. The pay third semester is going to triple. That's just it. So you might move from paying 200 to 400 to 600 to 800 to so now that is why whatever you take is on you. So when you take so much, you're going to pay so much interest. So but when you calculate yourself very well, you know that this money is coming in USD. Just do rough calculation. Okay, my fees is this. If they pay this amount, you can request for way more than you need. Let's say all everything you need is like 65K Canadian dollars. You can request for 80K USD and they approve this money. Once they approve it, you have the it is in your hands to not take all of them. You must not take all. But it's better that they approve it and you leave it there because going through that authentication period, they will contact school. School is a long process. So if you can make them approve like way more than you need, then it's good. So that anytime you need it, you cannot tell them. So Something else that people did, people that have business ideas, what they did, they collected this money and they started up some business with the money so that whatever the business brings, they use it to pay. That's another thing. That's another thing. So if you have any business idea, that money can start up business for you. It is not easy to be eligible for such amount of loan. It is not easy. It is not. There are people that here that do not have access to that kind of money. So if you have an idea before you come, or you're here already of something that you know is profitable, it's not to go and carry people's money and put aside, it will not be beneficial. You have an idea of something that you can do and to generate money. I will advise you invest more of that money so that whatever it brings out, be able to fund the monthly interest that you're paying back. Now note that the interest you're paying back depends on what you collected. If you collect big, you pay big interest. So if you collect, is that first time that I didn't know and I took almost half of the money. I almost